This is perhaps the best Space Engineers freight hauler I have seen on a workshop in a few years. When we think about it, we don't do much cargo hauling around our bases in Space Engineers, since we make one base and then drag all our mining resources there and refine it. But if you've got a few star bases or planets throughout the system, you're going to need to transfer resources between them. Think taking resources from your mining place to your shipyard to build the next big capital ship. Well, this is where modular freight hauler like this will come in handy. This is the Obelisk, and we're going to be taking a look at it in-game today. Hey everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back in Space Engineers on a Friday, weird, I know right? And we're taking a look at this brand new modular freight hauler that is currently the top of the Steam Workshop. It is made by the user Gogorect, I hope that's how I pronounce their name, it is on screen right now, and links down below in the video description. It is what it says on the tin. This is a modular freight hauler that is built in small grid. It's got 3 modules typically attached, both 5 or upwards or more can be attached, so in theory you can probably attach as many as you want, it's just going to get sluggish, and yeah, going to be a bit of a struggle. I should say this now, because I know many of you will ask, this is not made for survival, and I don't think it can be made in survival, so keep that in mind. There's a lot of scripts going on here. This grid is likely to burn your PC. If it's a lighter PC you're using, just keep that in mind. I don't think it's available on Mod.io for console, due to that scripts being used, and we'll go over them very shortly. With enough of me waffling, let's jump into the game and take a look. Okay, so we're here inside Space Engineers now. You've seen all the cinematic shots of the Obelisk, and you can see here all these giant cargo containers down the side. If I turn my headlight on there, you can sort of see we've got the AA ones here, you've got a B one back here as well, and what I really love these, they are just hiding cargo containers in them. So if we go in here and take a look, you can see it is just big cargo containers inside there, which look really cool. And I love the way this has been done, because the Space Engineers cargo containers, while they look great for the game, I don't really see them being hauled across galaxies and such, or, you know, star systems. Instead, you kind of want to freight it like this. This looks like it's just walked out of your sort of default sci-fi game and looks amazing. I really love it. It just looks fantastic. I really wish these doors opened. I've seen on the workshop recently cargo bay doors opening, but I don't think these do. That would have been pretty cool also, as it looks really nice. Now, in case you haven't noticed, this ship is entirely small grid. It is not a large grid cargo hauler. That would be massive. This thing's still fairly big. Like, if I spawn my character in here, and I stand around there and actually lock myself to the pad, we can see just how big this ship is. So there you go, here's me stood there, and if I zoom out, it is big but also small at the same time, and I think that's kind of impressive. If I stand here, you can just watch me on and across the hull there. You can see me down there. We can zoom in as well and see me walking around the hull. That gives you a sort of like sense of scale of the ship. It is still really, really impressive. Let's move towards the engine pods at the back right now. So move from front to the back. We're powered by ion engines, but also hydrogen engines at the same time. There is ions to power you as well. So if you run out of fuel, you are able to move the ship around. In terms of sideway thrusters, you've also got them all stacked along here as well. So this ship is pretty maneuverable. And yes, you can undock the cargo containers as well. We will try that towards the end of the video, as if I break it, it'll be a little bit embarrassing and we'll need to spawn the grid in once more. There's also bridge modules and airlocks there as well. We will check those very shortly. I really like the engine module, because I feel like if you had like a bigger one of these, you could attach like another engine on the side there, and then you've got more like speed and like cruise power. As you think, with all this cargo containers loaded up in these actual modules, that is a lot of weight to push around in the game. So, you know, to get up to top speed and such, a lot of power. I do wonder what is like slowing down, like once you get to max speed. Like, these are only iron thrusters. I guess you could adopt the expanse method and just do like a flip and burn. So you could use the hydrogen thrusters to slow down essentially. If you've seen the expanse, you know exactly what I mean. If you haven't, I think I just roughly explained it there. I do love how there's plenty of connection ports on the sort of drive section of this as well. I mean, you can dock and refuel this, and also just keep small sort of like support craft docked in. You can easily dock like a small fighter here or something like that to protect it. That's my only thing. There's no armaments on this. There's no turrets or torpedo launchers or anything like that you typically find on Space Engineers ships. So this cargo hauler is basically unprotected. And in a way, I kind of like that, because I'm thinking, if you're using this on a Space Engineers server and there's a little RP involved, a little survival, you'd want to protect your cargo haulers. Like, if you're running between like planets, say like the one in the background, you're going to want to protect these. So you send them out with a frigate or corvette to protect the shipping routes essentially, so if anyone gets into stress. And I kind of like that idea. Right, let's go into person mode and we can check out the ship up here. What does this button do? I think it's probably the connector, isn't it? What's front merge blocks? Ah, so we can merge. So basically, I believe we should be able to merge another set of like containers here. I think it's each section is merged in. There we go. So each of these sections here is merged in to sort of grapple the containers in, which is really, really cool. And they connect as well, meaning we can transfer cargo through there. If we go through here, there you go. It's one for the merge box. I don't want to press it because it will just like unlock everything. But I really like this idea, because you can imagine engineers running along and sort of performing maintenance in these sections. I think it's really well lit, really well designed, and especially with like sort of details in here, because you could just leave this empty, but the details are really, really nice. So you've got part of a drive section in here as well. I don't actually know what's inside this section. Take a look. It should just be engine housing, shouldn't it? What's in here? Oh, there is actually stuff inside to play with. Okay, well, we need to take a look at that in just a second. Once we get up to here, we can see there's maglock plates as well, more cargo and batteries running through there. You've got a camera. Because this is all small grid, you can actually build a lot more cool stuff into it. Like you've got sensor blocks here. These are tug clamp horizontals. Very cool. Got an airlock in place. This is run by the Whip's Auto Doors airlock script. There we go. There's also a window as well. There we go. I'm now in it. I will jump into jetpack mode in a minute. Because like there's no gravity on this, it means I'm kind of falling about the place. It's a little bit annoying, but you get the gist. What's up here? This is subgrid thrust. Oh, cool. Because we are using subgrid, so we're going to want to thrust around and keep that in. Plenty of cargo access back here, like freight cargo access, so we can access whatever's in the actual main containers. Like I can scroll down this entire list. We can even just put stuff in there as well. There we go. And then also you've got oxygen generators, so this is for your crew. You can put that in there. Very nice. In terms of like other features around here, we've also got sort of like the area. I don't really know what this is for. I guess we could watch cargo stuff. You can't really see much out of there though. I guess you can keep an eye on what's going on. That's my only guess really. But you also got access to like server blocks and such like that. Then we build some oh, okay. Lovely. Good AI reference. Double top. I don't know what that means. Okay, but I think that's just like a grid reference sort of thing, so you can see which angle you're at, which is really nice. I do love the use of sort of the hydrogen engine blocks in here. It adds detail to the build, but also because the blocks are actually animated in Space Engineers, it looks like the ship's more alive. It's one thing like I really wish we had more of in the game, is blocks like this you could put into this and make things feel more alive, because that's the sort of game just feels very like plain and boring. We've got ship diagnostics here all along these boards, so it gives you an idea of what's going on, if there's any damage and things. This is the master cockpit, so we can jump in this one. We've got cameras, so we can see all the way up there. Another camera for our starboard side. Merge blocks are very nice, but also we can pilot this thing. Let's go. It is clanging together quite badly, but it'll be fine. So we can reach top speed pretty quickly, but in terms of slowing down, it is going to take us quite some time to actually slow the ship down. So I guess if you are flying this around and wanting to dock to your base, you should probably stop about 5 kilometers away from it, else you're just going to plow into your own base and destroy it, and I wouldn't really advise that. There we go, we come to a full stop now. I'd say in about less than a minute. I don't want to say it's too bad. There was an airlock out there as well, but we won't go for that one because I'll vent the whole ship. Plenty of passenger seats around here for the crew. I've fallen on the floor. Cryo tubes as well, so minimum crew 4 probably, or max crew 4. We've also got these sections up here as well. We've got like another overview section. I guess these are kind of like overviews of like the network or what you can see out there. I guess that's the only thing. What's up, bomb? Okay, cool. There's lots of stuff to play with. Now I know what you want to see. You want me to see if we can separate this, so let's do it. I believe if I just press 4 and that. Oh, the game is lagged. This may crash the entire Space Engineers. Oh, I've definitely broken it. There we go. Are we like automatically dragging towards it? This is how the sort of like section looks by itself right now. So you can undock these cargo things. I'm being pulled towards it. I am. That's really weird. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's like the subgrid sources. Who knows? So you can essentially dock the ship there or undock it. You can leave the cargoes in space, and then this sort of thing can jet off and do its own thing. I really like this. Again, it adds a bit more playability to Space Engineers. Like you could have docking yards full of these cargo containers. These then small cargo ships can come and pick up and actually retrieve. Obviously, it's kind of a shame this doesn't work in survival mode because you're never going to be able to have that in Space Engineers, like in these servers, unless we're creative and such. But for RP things like we do in our series and like the new one coming up, I would love to use something like this, simply because it does provide that playability the game doesn't normally have, and I think that's what's really missing from Space Engineers sometimes. Naturally, there are versions like this you can do in SE, so you can have these cargo haulers, but I just think they're really, really nice. Not only that, this is painted really nicely as well. Like it looks like it's just walked out of your traditional sort of sci-fi space cargo system. I would try docking this up again, but I just know it's going to kind of go terribly. We can have a go at it. If I smash into the side of a grid. I would presume... Okay, so we can use that to sort of dock up. Is that an outside view? Oh, no, it is an inside view, okay. We can attempt docking this. I'm not sure it's going to go that well, so if you're watching this right now, you can place bets in the comments if this goes badly. I mean, I've almost just rammed it into a ship, so... I don't think there's any engines on the module itself. I think we actually connected. Okay, we've kind of haphazardly connected there. The whole thing's shaking apart now. And there's an alarm playing. Somehow I don't think we've done it properly. Yeah, this is not... Uh-oh. Well, you know, I never said I was good at, like, you know, putting ships together in SE, and I think we kind of knew that. There's more alarms playing now. We unlock this. Oh, it's kind of just stuck. Okay, well, I've broken the cargo ship, so, you know, another Space Engineers review successfully done there. You get the gist of it. I think with enough precision, you probably could dock these things together, and of course, you can separate the cargo grids as well. Okay, we travel quite far there. Like, if I come in here and sort of bring my character up, I believe the button was here to separate. We press that. That. I thought the things would actually disconnect. Maybe they don't. Oh god, oh no. Well, as things go in Space Engineers, I've managed to break it again, as it does contain rotors and things like that. So, yeah. I think all in all, a really good ship, and you can see why maybe now it wouldn't work in survival. Okay, so this has been the Obelisk Freight Hauler in Space Engineers. You can download it via the Steam Workshop link in my video description and check it out for yourself. Don't forget to let the creator know what you thought of this. They've been doing some fantastic things on the Steam Workshop recently. I think I've seen like another cargo style hauler vessel, which is all small grid and has like, opening doors and the ability to land on planets and such. That looks really, really cool. Obviously, this doesn't land on planets, so keep that in mind. I think these creatures are fantastic and really aid in sort of RP style worlds, as I mentioned throughout the review. Download it for yourself. Do let me know what you think of it. And remember, it's full of script, so your PC may catch on fire. You've been warned though, this is Space Engineers, we all know what we're dealing with. For now, I've been Captain Jack, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.